Sorry for the wait. I had to rewatch the video that I made in part one. So now I'm making part two. It's gonna be a short one though. So we go to the part where they're going to the USJ. Deku, as I explained last time, he has a personality of Inosuke on Deku's body. And one thing that I said on last part is that Deku's gonna have a harem. I'm not gonna let that happen. He is going to date, or not gonna date. I don't think I haven't done that part yet. But probably it's gonna be someone like Melissa Shield or Mei Hatsume. So he, like what I didn't say last time, or I forgot to say, is that his blades broke in like the hero training part, like hero versus villain thing. His blades broke. And also he's slowly dying because of the mark. He has the mark that Tanjiro has. And if I'm not mistaken, as he uses like the sun breathing thing, he slowly dies. So he's slowly dying. The mark is also increasing. And he asked Hatsume to make blades. And let's just say that Melissa Shield is on the support course. So sorry I didn't put anything on. Let's put Zenitsu. So he asks Hatsume to make 4 blades exactly like his old ones. She disregards him. And she does completely what he didn't want. Like, the blades can, like, you see lights across the blade. Like, lines of light going through the blades. And he's like, disgusting. Then he asks Melissa, and he gives him exactly what he wants. The catch is, I don't remember if I gave him a cord. No, I didn't. I gave him this. Okay, so she made the way as the blades like not capture, use his like his powers, not his quirk. I remember he doesn't have a quirk if I'm not mistaken. Sorry if he does. So I know he has, as I said, it's the 4 souls of Zenitsu's soul, Nezuko's soul, Tanjiro's, and Inosuke's soul, if I'm not mistaken. So these swords, well, they collect and redistribute. You know what I mean? If you've seen the Black Panther, it's like the suit that Zuri made, or whatever her name is. That kinetic force, as more kinetic force enters the suit, he can like liberate it in a big impact, shockwave, whatever it is. So it does the same thing, but for like Nezuko is blood that like is it does it lit on fire or explode? I don't remember. I'm gonna say it explodes. Like the blood explodes. And for Zenitsu's power, it liberates gigantic thunderstorms like around Deku. But when I mean gigantic, you don't want to get in his radius, which is about 100 meters. Sorry, I'm getting very confused. As for Tanjiro, it is Wa that he controls. Oh, and he can also control the lightning storm and the explosive blood. So he can control the water and the fire. Now, for this little beautiful bastard, well, he don't really have a power. It's just pure brute strength. So it's gonna be kinetic force. If he beats someone up or someone hits the blade or him, the blades store the power until he wants to release the power. And depending on the amount of kinetic force, he can, well, disappear with anything that's in a 10-meter radius of him when the thing goes off, if it's strong enough. But there still will be stronger. So this is the USJ thing. They go to the USJ and blah blah blah. Everyone knows that. Then not Kaminari. It is Shitty Hair. I'm just gonna call him Shitty Hair. I don't remember. Shitty Hair. So he tells. Oh, so it also has fake villains. Aizawa and 13 look say that those are real. And Deku, as he hears they're real, he just jumps. Aizawa tries to capture him, but he's 1 centimeter away from him, from grabbing him. And anyways, if he did that, this bitch would kick in and cut the thing. So, oh well. So, he jumps in. He has beaten half to death, like at least 20 villains. And Aizawa has went there and has captured some. And the ones that Deku, well, almost killed, per se. And put them in restraints. And I forgot the word. Whatever. So he went down and captured more as Deku was beating more, up to the point of almost dying, like an inch away from death. And he is like, how do I say? How much time? 9 minutes. Okay. So he is to the point that there's like at least only half of the villains. And Shigaraki's scratching his, how to say, crusty mosty neck. He's scratching his crusty mosty neck. And he demands that Kurogiri bring out the Nomu. And My mind is blocking so much today. And he brings out the Nomu. The Nomu, Shigaraki tells him to go after Izuku. They don't know the name. Well, you know it. And the Nomu runs on Izuku. Izuku's like, a challenge. I'm not a pussy. I'm gonna go for it, bitch. And when I say he runs head on, I mean he runs head on. The Nomu gets the Nomu gets a really good beating from Deku running straight at him with his head in front and hitting Nomu right in the stomach with his head, and both running very fast. I It might I remind you, he still has a couple injuries from the villains that he defeated. Probably a couple of ribs broken. And he doing this with his ribs broken. And mind you, the gnome was very fast. And he was running straight on with his head on. He was running also very fast, so I don't know how the fuck he did not die. But oh well. He, at this point, he's beating the normal very good. Very, very good. And still everybody got split up and got their fair share. So, at this point, if, at least most people are already safe. And All Might comes in, and seeing Deku and the Nomu playing like a corrupt way of version of tag. Like, one punches, then they start running away because they know the other is strong. So they start running away, and until the other person catches up to them and punches them. But mind you, it's Deku from this universe. He has the personality of fucking Inosuke. This bitch right here, psychopathic. The stubbornness of this bastard. The scaredy catness of the little bitch. And the cuteness of her. So yeah. On the body of Deku, so I don't really know much what to say about it. So he's going at it, and the Nomos have beaten to death already. Deku too. They've been killing each other. Better words is they've been at each other's throat, quite literally. Deku wanting a fair fight gave one of his katanas to the Nomu. And I was like, why the fuck? Just beat the fucking thing up. He already said it wasn't even human. Well, it was, but not anymore. Just beat the fucking thing to death. And Deku was like, no. I'm gonna fight this thing with dignity. So, they're literally at each other's throat. At this point, they're both at death's door. Deku, well, Nomu not much, just having some cuts and bruises are being very hard to heal. And Deku, like, bleeding all over, many bones broken or fractured. Pretty sure he has some some damage to his head and spine, but oh well. And he's still running around and punching and fucking kicking and slashing the Nomu. Aizawa and All Might are just standing there staring as Shigaraki and all the other people in there just watching these two bitch fight with swords, punching and kicking, and they're both at death's door. Well, not so much for the Nomu, because he can regenerate, but it's kicking in very slowly because of how many things he has to, like, regenerate. So they're both very much close to death. At this point, Deku just got bored because, like, he got bored for plot reasons. And he just decides to, well, make the Nomu just impales the Nomu. I was gonna say something, but I don't remember the name of it or the word for it. So that happens, and at that point, Shigaraki was like, "Oh well, bye bye." Everyone got obtained and blah 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 and blah blah blah. What time is it? Maybe a bit more. So they go home, they have their 2-week thing, as it tells them about the sports festival. And we go to the sports festival. On the race, well, I don't remember if they allowed, like, support items. Oh yes, they do. Okay, so Deku uses his swords as they're now technically considered support items. And he does. Although he asked for blunt ones, so he don't have to be worrying about killing people. So that happens. He uses the blunt ones. They're still, well, per se, they're not sharp enough to kill, but but they can beat the shit out of somebody if you use it well. Which he is. He's like swinging everybody on the stomach so they flipping die on the floor, like, in pain. And also they I don't know if you've ever seen this joke, like, I'll break your Nico kneecaps. While he does that, he breaks everybody's kneecaps. Everybody that sends in his way. He tries to break Todoroki's and Bakugo's, but Bakugo's already like, yeah, bitch, bye bye. Yeah. And Todoroki already went. He's in third right now. He will be first. He will. So he reaches the... What was the thing? He reaches the 0 pointers. And... Sorry, my mind bugged there. And he cuts down 1 or 2. Like, everybody's like, what the flip? How the fuck? No, Monoma doesn't even want to play with him anymore, because he can get beaten up very fast. So he like, fuck no. And especially that he knows he has swords, so he's like, no. So he don't play with Deku. And my mind doesn't work today. What was the word? Flip. It was... He reaches the like, was it the minefield or the jump thing that was first? I think it was the thing that they have to go across ropes. So he reaches there. He just is like, how the fuck? How in the actual fuck? He does. Just so he can be a jerk, he cuts down some ropes so some people can't. And at least half of the people that were there already out. And now that he's done that, like only a third left. And if I think it was 200, so there's like 50 people left. He goes to the mines, and there's like only 4 or 5 people already there, not including him, Bakugo, and Todoroki. Raka and Lita? I don't remember. I think, yeah, Raka and Lita too. No, Raka off and put Deku. So Deku gets the smartass idea to dig out some and explode them all. Not all of them, but some in one area with a piece of scrap. He proceeds to dig them out and put them in one spot. At this point, there's at least most people that were left. That was 1/3 already there. And he does that. A lot of people went off. There's about like 30 people left or something. And he does that. Kaboom! Per se. And he reaches first with Bakugo. And still doing that thing that he puts his one foot on Bakugo and one foot on Todoroki, and beating the shit out of the ground with the scrap that was left from the explosion. And wins. Now we go to the cavalry battle. How much time's left? Okay. And still goes the same. I forgot the word. He just beats down every other team. So at this point, he has, if somebody had a sniper quirk and changed the bullets to rubber or BB, he had a sniper on his head. Like, just till he messed up. But he doesn't. There's nobody. So, let's go to the thing. It goes as normal, but without the one for all part. Shinzo doesn't, like, Deku was warned, but he don't care. He gives a sword to, not a sword, a katana sword. What? The same thing. He gives a katana to Shinzo. So, and he said before Shinzo says anything, I fight fair. I'll give you a sword, and I'll fight with you with it. And Shinzo's like, not worth it. And he forfeits. Because he know he gonna get beaten, as the guy is literally with 3 swords on his hand. And he has one and barely any experience with it. So he's like, nah, not today, Satan. Not about to get beaten to death. He forfeits and go on. He gets the Todoroki thing. He does tell the thing that Deku tells him. But but when the ice things come, he just carves them out. Like, carves them out. Carves a hole for him to go through. And at one point, Todoroki does get him. And at the last second, he breaks out, and that's when Todoroki uses his fire side to contain Deku. Don't work. He got eliminated. Deku go to the, was it with Ida? Yeah, Ida. He beat Ida, and now Bakugo, Baku bitch. Baku ho, Baku bay, Baku baby, Baku bitch. So Baku bitch is angry as fuck, per se. and he does try to win, but he don't he just don't he just get pummeled by Deku, and he still gets the restraints at the end, and that's it. Así la whole, how much time? 25 minutes, as much as I said I would. So hasta la vista.